The Starship Armada descended through Earth's atmosphere like silver storm clouds, their hulls gleaming with the arrogance of a civilization that had never known defeat. For millennia, the galactic hegemony had conquered worlds with clinical precision, sterilizing rebellions, pacifying populations, and absorbing resources into their pristine, orderly empire. Earth, with its fractured nations and primitive technology, was meant to be another quick victory. The aliens did not come with weapons drawn. They did not need to. Their mere presence had always been enough to inspire surrender. But Earth did not surrender. The first transmission from the invaders was polite, almost condescending. They spoke of efficiency, harmony, and the privilege of joining their utopian collective. Humanity's leaders, however, were too busy scrambling to explain why the aliens' advanced scouts had already begun retreating. The reports were chaotic. A squad of armored soldiers paralyzed by a swarm of honeybees. A reconnaissance drone destroyed by a disgruntled moose. A high-tech encampment abandoned after a single night of howling coyotes. The aliens had studied human militaries, infrastructure, and politics, but no one had warned them about the animals. It began in the Amazon. A battalion of hegemony troops landed to secure the planet's biological resources. They lasted 6 hours. Jaguars stalked their perimeter, unseen. Poison dart frogs left vibrant smears on their pristine armor. Vines tangled their machinery, and by dawn, the soldiers were evacuated, babbling about unnatural ecosystems. Next, Australia. The aliens picked the outback as a logistically simple landing zone. They met saltwater crocodiles. Redback spiders nested in their hovercraft. A flock of emus outran their capture drones, leading them into a dust storm. The hegemony's commanders, watching from orbit, began to realize their mistake. The final blow came not from guns or bombs, but from a single raccoon. Surveillance footage showed the creature infiltrating the aliens' flagship compound in North America. It disabled a force field by chewing through wires, triggered alarms by knocking over trash cans, and escaped with a stolen ration pack-all while staring directly into a security camera. The next morning, the hegemony's supreme commander requested an emergency meeting with the United Nations. Their demand? Not Earth's submission, but its help. The truth spilled out. The hegemony's homeworld was a marvel of artificial perfection. Cities without decay, ecosystems without predators, lives without risk. Every gene, every grain of soil, every heartbeat was optimized for harmony. But this sterile utopia had cost them dearly. Innovation stagnated. Art became formulaic. Survival, once a relentless teacher, had been erased. They'd conquered worlds not for resources, but in a desperate search for what they lacked. Chaos, adaptability, the raw spark of life. Earth's leaders were baffled. The aliens weren't asking for technology or territory. They wanted mentorship. Delegates pleaded for guides to teach them unpredictability. Scientists begged for samples of weeds, viruses, parasites, anything that could challenge their over-engineered biology. Most haunting was their request for Earth's artists, storytellers, and rebels. "You create beauty from suffering," their envoy said. "You invent not because you must, but because you can. We have forgotten how." Humanity agreed, but on one condition: the lessons would flow both ways. In exchange for Earth's chaotic wisdom, the hegemony shared their advancements in medicine, energy, and interstellar travel. Over time, a fragile partnership grew. Alien gardens now featured dandelions breaking through cracks in polished stone. Their children play games where rules are bent, not followed. And on the edge of their once static capital, a wild forest grows, untamed, unchecked, and teeming with Earth's most stubborn exports: mosquitoes, squirrels, and a single unimpressed honey badger. The galactic hegemony still calls their conquest of Earth a success, not because they gained a planet, but because they lost their fear of imperfection. And humanity? We keep a wary eye on the stars, wondering who else might drop by for a lesson. After all, we have got plenty to teach, and a planet full of teachers who bite.